Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Don't listen to the person who has the answers, listen to the person who has the questions. Wisdom is not a product of schooling but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Failure is success in progress. Information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. You need experience to gain wisdom. The only thing more dangerous than ignorance is arrogance. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. We can't solve today's problems with the mentality that created them. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. We are slowed down sound and light waves, a walking bundle of frequencies tuned into the cosmos. We are souls dressed up in sacred biochemical garments, and our bodies are the instruments through which our souls play their music. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Just because you believe in something does not mean that it is true. The value of a college education is not the learning of many facts but the training of the mind to think. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Student is not a container you have to fill but a torch you have to light up. Any government is evil if it carries within it the tendency to deteriorate into tyranny. The danger of such deterioration is more acute in a country in which the government has authority not only over the armed forces but also over every channel of education and information. Artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity. God did not create evil. Just as darkness is the absence of light, evil is the absence of God. A ship is always safe at the shore, but that is not what it is built for. Persistence is the most powerful force on earth, it can move mountains. Thinking is hard work, that's why so few do it. The more I study science, the more I believe in God. Everything that exists in your life does so because of two things, something you did or something you didn't do. There comes a point in your life when you need to stop reading other people's books and write your own. Knowledge is realizing that the street is one way, wisdom is looking in both directions anyway. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Be a voice, not an echo. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or objects. Don't wait for miracles, your whole life is a miracle. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. We cannot get to where we dream of being tomorrow unless we change our thinking today. Do not grow old, no matter how long you live. Never cease to stand like curious children before the great mystery into which we were born. There is no vaccine against stupidity. I don't need to know everything, I just need to know where to find it when I need it. Three great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed. Logic can take you from point A to point B, imagination can take you wherever you want. Genius is making complex ideas simple, not making simple ideas complex. Knowledge and ego are directly related. The less knowledge, the greater the ego. When I have 1 week to solve a seemingly impossible problem, I spend 6 days defining the problem. Then, the solution becomes obvious. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else has ever thought. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Life is a preparation for the future, and the best preparation for the future is to live as if there were none. The leader is one who, out of the clutter, brings simplicity, out of discord, harmony, and out of difficulty, opportunity. Men marry women with the hope they will never change. Women marry men with the hope they will change. Invariably they are both disappointed. Everyone knew it was impossible until a fool who didn't know came along and did it. What you can't imagine, you can't discover. Creativity is intelligence having fun. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in the silence, and the truth comes to me. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Most people see what is and never see what can be. Great spirits have always encountered opposition from mediocre minds. The mediocre mind is incapable of understanding the man who refuses to bow blindly to conventional prejudices and chooses instead to express his opinions courageously and honestly. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. When we first got married, we made a pact. It was this: in our life together, it was decided I would make all of the big decisions and my wife would make all of the little decisions. For 50 years, we have held true to that agreement. I believe that is the reason for the success in our marriage. However, the strange thing is that in 50 years, there hasn't been one big decision. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it; he who doesn't, pays it. If one day you have to choose between the world and love, remember this: if you choose the world you'll be left without love, but if you choose love, with it you will conquer the world. A problem defined is a problem half solved. I believe we are here to do good. It is the responsibility of every human being to aspire to do something worthwhile, to make the world a better place than the one we found. Never underestimate your own ignorance. Be kind to people who are different from you. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feeling as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Our lives will be measured by what we do for others. Don't listen to their words, fix your attention on their deeds. If you can't explain what you are doing to a 9-year-old, then either you still don't understand it very well or it's not all that worthwhile in the first place. The only sure way to avoid making mistakes is to have no new ideas. The flag is a symbol of the fact that man is still a herd animal. If you can't explain something simply, you don't know enough about it. Condemnation before investigation is the highest form of ignorance. The state is made for man, not man for the state. That is to say, the state should be our servant and not we its slaves. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be.